Today we're updating one of our favorite recipes at Zimmy's Nook, Mexican-inspired chicken and corn chowder. It was already a delicious recipe, but after making it many more times, we realized that there were a handful of changes that made a surprisingly big difference. None of them make the recipe more difficult, they just make it taste even better. Along the way, we will also talk about why we're using some of our favorite Hestan cookware. Recipes evolve. Every time we make something, we ask ourselves, could it taste better? Could it be easier? Could ingredients appeal to more people? Does every ingredient actually deserve to be here? I'm excited to make this in the Hestan Culinary Copper Bond 6-quart stock pot. Let's get started. The onion builds sweetness. Bell peppers, fresh, sweet, and great texture. Jalapenos add background heat. How much? That's up to you. Remove the seeds and the membrane for just a touch of heat. Remove just the seeds, but leave the membranes for a tingle of heat. Or leave the seeds and the membranes. And depending on the jalapenos, you may call this a spicy soup. I love this Hestan Culinary stock pot because the copper exterior is absolutely beautiful. It's induction capable despite being copper, and copper responds incredibly quickly to temperature changes. So when sweating vegetables, you don't get huge temperature swings. Now the garlic for aroma. So why are we changing this? Fire roasted tomatoes provide smokiness, sweetness, depth of flavor without adding any extra work. One ingredient, big improvement. For today's boneless chicken thighs, I bought whole leg quarters and I portioned them myself. I also buy whole chicken wings, then the thigh bones, the wingtips go into the freezer, ready to make stock. Why stock matters. Store-bought stock, it'll absolutely work. But homemade stock gives you something that store-bought can't. Natural gelatin, richer mouthfeel, deeper chicken flavor, and better body. In our previous recipe, whole milk worked. But coconut milk is richer, creamier, has a subtle sweetness, and really complements the corn. And it actually makes the recipe easier to adapt for dairy-free diets. Originally, flour thickened the soup, but after increasing the tomatoes, pepper, and simmering time, we no longer needed it. Could you simply dice the chicken and cook it in the soup? Absolutely. Could you poach them directly in the broth? Definitely. It'll still taste good, but grilling over charcoal creates something the soup can't create on its own. Caramelization, smoke, rendered fat, and char. Every bit of chicken carries that smoky flavor into the soup. One question I get asked all the time is whether fresh or frozen corn is better. The answer actually depends on the time of year. During the winter, I almost always reach for frozen corn. It's picked at peak ripeness and frozen almost immediately. Don't ever think you're compromising by using frozen corn in a soup like this. But we're lucky enough to be filming in the middle of Ontario corn season. When I can buy corn that was picked this morning from a local farm, that's a completely different story. Because I've already got hot coals from grilling the chicken, I can take advantage of the heat. Those little charred spots add another layer of flavor that works beautifully with the fire roasted tomatoes and the grilled chicken. It's one of those small steps that doesn't take much effort, but it makes the finished soup feel even more complete. If you're making this in January, use frozen corn and don't think twice about it. This is layering flavor rather than trying to create all the flavor in one pot. This is honestly one of those pots beautiful enough to take right to the table. Mexican-inspired chicken and corn chowder.